What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video and Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a very happy holidays. I'm going to get into a video regarding a World Bank document talking about XRP and a really good conversation that a venture capitalist has with Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff, you may know him as a big Bitcoin hater. He's very big on precious metals, but overall he's just a pretty conservative investor and he's pretty anti-crypto. And it's always good to hear from what the other side is saying. But first, check this out, guys. A Walmart receipt from almost 3 years ago. Milk is almost up 80%, toothpaste almost 43%, isopropyl alcohol 63%. And they say inflation is 8.2%. I say this in a lot of videos. I'll say it quickly. Consumer price index. This determines the inflation percent. This is a basket of all the different goods, and together they even out to make this general inflation number. 2 years ago, before the money printers went crazy and overload, they changed how the CPI, how the different products were weighted. So they changed the definition of a recession, Janet Yellen did, and they changed how the CPI is calculated. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. All right, crazy times we're living in, and it's only going to get worse. Speaking of crazy times, all right, Trudeau's net worth in 2020 was 10 million. This is the head of Canada. Now in 2022, it's 380 million. He makes 300K, not a bad salary, as prime minister. Where are his tax returns? And if you don't know, look into it. Justin Trudeau is part of this group that was made by Carl Schwab, the head of the conspiracies about the global reset, the World Economic Forum. Not saying those are true, but he does have a bunch of thought leaders that go through his school, his training process, and Justin Trudeau is one of them. If you guys want $41 guaranteed, sign up with Weebull, deposit a penny, and you can get up to $15K in free stock shares. Typically, you'll just get $40 to $300, but you're guaranteed $40 worth of stocks just for signing up and depositing a penny. Sell the stocks, close your account, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer just for signing up and depositing a penny. Links in the video description below. Is XRP headed for a January effect crypto pop? So analyst Gareth Soloway, in the trading community, Gareth Soloway, butchering his name, is pretty well known. He's a pretty good trader. I don't advise people trade because you typically just get wrecked. But this is one guy that's disciplined enough and knows enough to successfully trade. And what he says is the January effect. There is a seasonal aberration in the financial market where the price of assets rises in January more than in any other month. In the context of Soloway's tweet, this could be indicating a fast boost up before capitulation. All right, so interesting stuff. Also keep in mind the amount of XRP whales in the past month. The XRP whales, people classified as holding 1 million tokens or more, so 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figure wallets of XRP, have bought up 5% more of the total circulating supply. Why are whales buying up tons of XRP? Well, they're obviously pretty bullish on it. And I'm just a guy on YouTuber. I'm not, a decamillionaire like that. If I was, I probably wouldn't make these videos. But it's always smart to follow people who have more money than you. Right? It's not what you know, it's who you know sometimes. Moving forward, just a great reminder from Brad Garlinghouse about the general trend of crypto. Little 20-second clip.
I have said publicly before that I think 99% of all crypto probably goes to zero. But there is that 1% where I think that is focused on solving a real problem for real customers and is able to do that at scale. And that's going to be game-changing. And I think that's going to continue to grow significantly in the decades ahead.
So cryptos that will be game-changing are things that solve problems and can scale. Brings me to this tweet right here. And if you guys have Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter, DrippyXRP. I like engaging with you, and I post stuff that is relevant to the space before it goes in a video sometimes. So link is in the video description below. The Bank of England coming out and making a statement about, guess what? A new messaging standard for UK payments, ISO 222. If you haven't heard about ISO 222, take a moment after this video to Google and research it. But it's basically a data and security standards that hundreds of banks have signed up to and is required by all blockchain solutions. It says the UK payments industry is moving to ISO 222, the emerging global standard for payments messaging. The standard creates a common language for payment data across the globe. And keep in mind, these are some of the top ISO 222 compliant cryptos. HBAR, XRP, Quant, XLM, Give me your thoughts on these other ones, guys. I only really cover XRP. I don't really know much about any of these other ones other than hearing about them. But you want to see something interesting about Algorand. We have Gary Gensler, head of the SEC, talking about Algorand right here. Jeremy Hogan in the tweet says, I own XRP because I know Ripple can't be sued again. I own Algorand because the Algorand Foundation won't be sued at all. This is the guy who's in charge of bringing lawsuits against people. This is the head regulator by enforcement, Gary Gensler. Listen to what he has to say about Algorand. And if you guys appreciate my videos, go ahead and smash that like button. Will Smith that like button. It does support a lot. Thank you in advance.
Sylvia McCally's Algorand, who's a Turing Award winner at MIT that I work with. Sylvia's got a great technology that has the performance you could create Uber on top of it.
Calling Algorand a great technology that you could put Uber on top of. So I don't know much about Algorand, but Gary Gensler seems to be a big fan of it, and this is one of the big power players right now, so maybe I need to look into it more. And now for a great clip from, shout out to Vandal, Black Swan Capitalist, a conversation with him about XRP, and you're going to want to see the World Bank document in this. I'll pause it when that comes up.
Now, there is a digital asset that is used as a financial instrument of value. There's a limited amount. Now, the ability what this has to do is act as facilitating liquidity. It facilitates liquidity from point A to B, bypassing intermediaries and middlemen. It moves value at 3 to 5 seconds. It moves it costly at fractions of a penny, and it's scalable. So it could just keep growing and expanding and taking on more transactions and volume. And this digital asset is actually called XRP. Ripple is the company. XRP,
XRP is the token,
is the token which facilitates liquidity. What's interesting is Ripple is rubbing shoulders with all the elite organizations and financial institutions
Here comes the document.
World, and the World Bank Group, based out of Washington, had a document that was published. They had a
So the World Bank Group published this document, and it's hard for you to see some of these points, but let me read it to you really briefly. They say stablecoin refers to a class of digital currencies, blah, blah, blah. 2 digital currencies that fall into this category are RippleNet's native digital currency, Ripple, XRP, and Stellar Networks' native, XLM. Both Ripple and Stellar enable faster and more efficient cross-border payments relative to correspondent banking. Okay? However, they differ in the forms that the former, XRP, aims at improving cross-border settlement between banks, whereas the latter aims at providing low-cost cross-border financial services to end users and the unbanked. You can think of XRP as the banker's coin and XLM as the coin to buy Coca-Cola with for the everyday purchase. All right? And if you guys are still watching the video, comment XRP holders below in the comment section so I know you finished the video. That helps the channel a lot. I appreciate it if you're still watching, and have a great week, guys. Till next time.